Grace and peace, beloved, and God bless. Day 15. Hello. I am in the car. I'm on my way back home and still talking about deal breakers. Lord have mercy. Deal breakers, those areas that God is not pleased with, that we have picked up and somehow let us be hindered from fulfillment of purpose. I just want to let you know that today is a day to continue to search your life and to get rid of any and every and all deal breaker that is in your life. I want to draw your attention right now. I want to draw your attention to one of the deal breakers that the Lord had mentioned and we were talking about from the book of Proverbs, the one that talked about Proverbs chapter 6, sowing discord among the brethren. On day 15, I realize that some of you may not even be dealing with this because you have grown, you don't like confusion, you don't like drama. But I'm talking today to you about having the courage to either shut it down or walk away when other people do it. Why is that so important to talk about during this 40-day life-building consecration journal commentary? There's a lot of folk that do not have the courage to tell others, listen, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to be involved with that. Some of us have friends that make it a habit of putting down other people in order to make themselves look good. Some of us have friends who find it very easy to open their mouth against other people, to declare things that they heard from some source, they heard from a third party, they heard from a fifth party, on down the line, but don't exactly know. They just either read it or they heard it. And let me tell you, to whoever you give credence, all right, or to whatever you give credence, that's what you're going to adopt as truth. Everything that is said is not true. Everything that is repeated is not true. The problem is in the law, there's something called accessory. Like, say, if I drove the getaway car, I didn't necessarily go in the bank and hold up anybody, but I was the one outside driving the car. If we all get caught, although I didn't rob the bank, I'll be called an accessory to bank robbery, which is a federal offense. Say if somebody killed somebody and I knew about it, I held their coat while they went to kill him, I somehow was involved in that horrible thing, then I would be called what? An accessory to murder. Now, remember Paul, the Apostle Paul, when they stoned Stephen, Deacon Stephen, back in Acts, the book of Acts. Paul held the coats and looked after the garments of the people that was throwing the stones. What was Paul? An accessory to murder. He was. Paul, the Apostle Paul, was an accessory to murder. All right? And you got to understand that when you join in discord against others, you become an accessory to that discord. When you allow yourself to listen, agree, consent, when you allow yourself to take it in and just receive it and not challenge it, you're an accessory. As I was driving along, the Lord told me, deal with that, because many people are going to be in a posture of growing in the greatness of God and being better than they were, because we don't know how to tell people, listen, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be involved with that. I just gave you the words to say. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to hear that. You know, you have to learn how to say those words, because when you become an accessory, now get this, you also become vulnerable to the penalties. Selah. When you become an accessory, you become partner to the penalty that is going to come upon those who did it. There's no easy way to put that. I don't want to be a part of nothing that I was a part of because I listened to something, I repeated something, I got into something that wasn't my business. Whatever the case may be, I don't want no part of it. Bishop Saunders, my father in the faith, Monroe R. Saunders, chief apostle, Monroe Randolph Saunders Sr., used to always say, the punishment of an act is built in the deed. So I don't want no parts of that. You know, God is gracious. He's merciful and kind. But he did say, I hate, I find detestable, I find deplorable discord among the brethren. So this day 15, we're continuing talking about getting rid of deal breakers. And I need you to really consider that. You may not ever do it. You may not ever want to do it. But when you sit and listen, when you sit and involve, when you sit and comment, it's the same thing. And I'm trying to tell you, God told me to stop. I was driving, minding my business, on my way home back under safety. And the Lord said, son, speak on this issue. Because so many have aligned themselves with folk that don't know how to exercise discretion with their mouth. And this is not the season to reap stuff in your life because you don't know how to tell people. I don't want no parts of that. I don't want to be involved with that. Take that somewhere else. You got to be brave enough to tell somebody, please listen to me. I don't have room in my life for no discord. I don't have room in my life for no issues that I have nothing to do with. Can you brave up for me today? Matter of fact, can you brave up for yourself? Now, Bishop, who are you talking about? You talking about the president? I'm talking about anybody. When somebody start running off the mouth and saying stuff that shouldn't be said, find yourself exit stage left. Find yourself getting out of that conversation. Find yourself not even listening, because if you become an accessory to tearing down your brother, God finds that detestable. He finds that an abomination. And I don't want to be on the wrong side of what God believes and says about something. So day 15, as you go throughout your day, decide, resolve, make a covenant with God with your mouth that you will not become an accessory to discord. All right? Love you so much. I want you to have a tremendous day in God. And as I always say, let God arise and every enemy be scattered. Day 15, be blessed.